And we're back, guys. Happy Monday. We took the week off last week, slow news week, but we're back again this week, up and rocking and ready to go. Of course, thank you so much for joining us. If you're brand new, hit that follow button. We really, really appreciate the subscribe button, whatever the heck you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about. Just hit the bloody button. It'll really, really help us grow this awesome channel. It'd be amazing. Of course, our boy Ram is here as well. Hello, buddy. Happy Monday. Good morning. What's going on, dude? You good?
Good morning, Heinzie. Oh yeah. We're chilling.
Nice to hear, mate. Nice to hear. Back into 3v3, your favorite.
Back into 3v3, but Vegas is coming up, so that's the highlight of it.
I'm flying 4 days from recording this. That's how close it is. I'm so excited to get stateside, mate. So when this goes live, this video goes live, I'll be in the plane 48 hours later. Sitting next to Paul Lego for 14 hours. I don't know if I'll make it. He'll probably just like put a pillow over my head, like on the flight. I reckon, dead set. I'm going to drive him mad. But anyway, we'll just see how it plays.
Lego is going to be very poor sitting next to you, taking up 2 whole seats.
And anyway, we're going to finish Rogue Actions now. No, I'm just kidding. You can get stuff, Ram, you absolute jerk. All right, let's get after it straight up. Of course, for those that haven't joined us before, 2 parts of the video. One on this channel, one on Ram's channel. Link will be in the description below. As always, we're getting the hang of it finally as well. So don't miss out on Rams because you're going to miss half the conversation, straight up. All right, let's get down to it. 3 topics here we're going to talk about. Of course, we always start with the meme of the week. Sent in, of course, by our boy Catastrophe. I think sent this one in if I'm correct. This pasta is overcooked. It's too chewy. I know it's a simple one. It works. Imagine seeing that in your pasta dish, dude. That's pretty freaking cool. It's that's a pretty cool dish. I don't care what anyone says. Or it's a fantastic Photoshop opportunity. One or the other. It looks pretty cool though.
That looks dope.
I'd eat that. I'd eat that every day of the week.
I'd chew on that.
Oh, did you just dad joke that seriously, dude? Oh my God. All right, let's move on. For goodness sake, let's move back on to our topics today, of course. And absolute surprise during the week, of course, Captain Rex has hit the game, of course. We're now farming Captain Rex. Big boost to Phoenix, which is fantastic. Of course, bit of love to the clone troopers as well. Cody and Sergeant finally get a bit of a home. We'll talk about that. And look, I'm a fan, and I want to talk about this specifically. The GAC, of course, the GAC Omicron, working in both 3v3 and 5v5. Ram, talk about this, mate, because seriously, this needs to just happen like this from now on. Like when you create a kit for GAC, no breaking it up. This should work on both.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This absolutely needs to be the standard for GAC Omicrons from now on. No more of this Afra crap of, only works in 5v5, only works in 3v3. No, that's not how Omicron should work. If that's the case, if you're going to do something like that, half the Omicron cost, right? 10 Omicrons, because you're getting half the use of her for, half the year. This is a perfect Omicron, in my opinion, because it adapts, right? You force us to have to play this stupid game mode called 3v3 that no one likes. You force us to play it for half the year. Give us the opportunity to enjoy our Omicrons that we have to invest in for that time frame. So, allowing us to run it with Phoenix, and then when 3v3 comes around, stick them with Clone Sarge and Cody that no one has, but they have rugged up for GL requirements. Makes perfect sense. I love it.
Yeah. The argument was always how Omicrons was slightly devalued by only being, half effective by in one game mode. I think that was always the complaint. I think they've learned. Have they learnt finally? Have they learnt? Hang on a minute. Why are we breaking it up? Because it's making it more confusing for the workload of creating a kit for one game mode. Obviously, is probably easier. I mean, that's probably what it comes down to. Make no mistake. However, like you said, 10 mats instead of 20. That's not going to happen. I mean, you and I both know that's never going to happen. It's always going to be 20 as a minimum. So, yeah, just to have it viable in 2 game modes in GAC, 100% every single character release with a GAC Omicron from now on needs to be effective in both. And maybe they learnt their lesson from the whole Starkiller debacle as well, with all the combinations that you need for the actual mechanics to work as effective and strong as possible. So maybe that's something that they've considered and thought, we need to allow for both now. Absolutely need to allow for both. That's a given. And that should never, ever change from now on, Ram, in my opinion. Straight up, mate. But let's talk about Rex in
No.
particular. Let's get after that, of course. Have you? Is this a character you're going after? I'm intrigued by it. Phoenix is something I've been wanting to farm for a while. And I mean, I've got, mine are okay. They're like Gear 12, or maybe I think there's a couple relic and stuff, the more important ones. I know one of them was still Gear 12. I think it's Hera, maybe. Or she's just under relic level, just because, honestly, there's too much other stuff to farm. Just never got around to it. Certainly now it's going to be a little bit more accelerated, if it's not already. But, man, buffed up Phoenix, they've been trashed for a while. They're, of course, another chapter in the let's fix the bad, faction, game that they've been playing lately and trying to improve things. I'm pretty happy with this, mate, to be honest. One character to fix Phoenix.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like Old Man Rex. I think he looks phenomenal. I think the kit looks great. And I'm excited to see what all he can do. We've already seen that he can crush Riva in Squad Arena.
Yeah.
That's without the GAC armies and whatnot. So we don't know how that's actually going to affect everything when GAC starts and people have Captain Rex. But he looks great. I'm always happy when they release something that's going to pump up some additional squads that we already have to farm some of these characters for some relic requirements or platoon requirements. And so let us get some additional use out of them in GAC. That's always a really good thing, in my opinion. I do like his I don't have the Phoenix where I think I should need him. So I'm not really going for him right now. He's going to be on the back burner for a little bit, but depending on what comes up down the road, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later, his priority may jump to the front of the line compared to who are we working on? Cal? Yeah, I'm working on Cal right now.
Nice. Yeah, I think we'll talk about that more in the rebel farming. Of course, we already know that there's certain discussions around a possible Galactic Legend down the track. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in your video, mate, for sure. But yeah, look, I'm personally, I think Phoenix certainly has been something that really has been overlooked. We know, of course, it's important now for territory battles as well. It probably wasn't enough to farm it in the new Rise of the Empire territory battle as far as needing them. Now with Captain Rex in there, with some GSC viability, they've certainly gone up, as far as the pecking order now into priority to have them to a reasonable level, definitely, because they have multi-use now, TB, and of course in GAC. It makes a lot more sense. Anything that you can multitask in this game, well, that's, when you're putting resources in, that's super, super important. It really is. Yeah, so now I want to ask, Ram, what faction do you think that the Captain Rex Phoenix team needs to take down? Like what? I mean, obviously not going to take out GLs, right? We know all that sort of stuff. It's just not going to get close to that. But what factions do you think we're struggling on taking out in GAC that this needs to help with? Ooh. Yeah, it's a good question, isn't it?
Well, I mean, so the given one lore-wise would be Empire, with the Phoenix taking out the Empire, contributing to that whole thing. So lore-wise, that makes sense. In-game wise,
but the thing is that you can't. You say Empire. The issue is how many Empire teams do we find on defense too often that just isn't Lord Vader?
Inquisitors are the main one,
yeah,
right? And we already see them taking out Riva without the Omicrons active.
Yeah.
So depending on what those Omicrons do for each faction in GAC, it'd be interesting to see if it still consistently takes out Inquisitors, GI lead or Riva lead.
What about something like gas? I saw there's some Terminator manipulation in there. Maybe, I don't know. Would gas still be an option, or just gas will still just rip it a new one?
Gas with the increasing cooldowns, I don't know if that would, because as soon as he hits you, he's going to increase your cooldowns, and that's going to kind of nerf the whole team.
Yeah.
Even with the assists, I don't know if it would take out gas. Maybe Night Sisters with all the recovery that they have going on. Maybe Night Sisters, because now Marin's going to be a factor for a lot of Night Sister teams.
Yes. The only problem with that, I can see Plague just overrunning it, though. I think that's the problem with the Plague running through it. I think that's going to break that. particular idea.
Possibly,
But,
yeah.
it's a stupid amount of play that Mirror and Night Sister teams kick out now. It is just madness. It
Ooh,
really is.
so much fun.
Oh, loving it. Not
I got her
disappointed.
R9 and it's
I actually finally got around to beating the challenge tier 2, the Secrets and Shadows as well, the other day with
Challenge
Mirror
tier
now.
3?
So haven't done 3 yet. Still working on 3
Oh.
next. I need to do some serious remodding for that one, I think, and spend a lot of time on it. But
Well, I'll give you a positive news, okay? My
mhm.
alt account has Marin at R9.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to 3-star challenge tier 3. So
There you
there's
go.
hope for you yet, because my alt account is horribly modded.
Yeah, but I'm an idiot, so that counteracts that little argument as well. So we'll just see how it all plays out, and we'll get over the line at some point real soon, straight up. All right, let's get down to the last topic, of course, we also want to talk about today. And, of course, we're getting to the end of Conquest. Of course, the Fury Interceptor is due to hit our inboxes for anyone that's been farming those crates. Or buying the Conquest passes, whatever you want to do, you know where I'm coming from. But the point is that finally we're about to start unlocking Fury, which of course is the final piece of the puzzle to the Leviathan. Are we going to see a kit this week, Ram, or are we still a couple of weeks away from worrying about Leviathan? Like, I'm curious. Are we at the point now where we can say, okay, we know it's in the journey guide. There's just no detail in there, of course, yet. It's not in game as far as in the ships list, capital ships list. Are we going to see something this week, mate, or next week, or coming weeks?
I want to say this week. I want to say this week, just because when Conquest ends, you've got proving grounds for everybody to kind of get caught up with Malgus shards and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously everybody unlocking Fury Interceptor. So I want to say this week. Now the reason why I'm hesitant to go all in on this week is because generally they put out a new character or ship or whatever. They make all the requirements farmable before doing so. And I don't mean necessarily free to play farmable, but I do mean both requirements are in shipments.
Yeah, shipments
at a minimum.
Yeah, in the store. In the store. Yeah.
The Sith Interceptor, not the Conquest one, but the other Sith Interceptor, that's not in shipments yet.
Yeah.
So they would have to bring that out into shipments, and I think we're still a couple weeks away from that one based on the cadence.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 2 weeks if I had to actually guess, but I'm hopeful that it's this week, just because it would make the most sense. The whole point of releasing these Conquest units is to get these characters exclusivity. You get rewarded for getting these red boxes or these gold boxes. You get rewarded by getting this character a little bit earlier than some others may have it. So
if they leave it for 2 weeks, and this kind of makes sense, because looking at the calendar at the moment, right, we got one more week of GSE after this coming week right now. Okay, so there's another full week. So the lock kicks in next week at the time of this going live, right? So they leave it for that following week. Okay, all the territory wars are done as well, because you know how we got 3 in a row right now. We'll then, of course, go into a TB after that, into week 3, when, of course, if everyone unlocks it, they're then going in ready to go for 5v5 tournament. And then, of course, back into territory wars, the week later. Everyone's got a bit of time to get their head around stuff. Happy with that? Yes, no? That kind of makes a bit of sense. Or, look, it could be like a month away. Like, am I thinking it's too ready too soon? That's the thing I'm never sure about these days, to be honest.
Right.
We just don't have an idea, do we? But
no.
Am I reading too much into it? I mean, they've had enough time to test it. They've had enough time to get it ready.
Have they really had enough time to test it? Let's be fair.
Never. But you get the point. The point is they've had enough time to try and test it. That's probably my point. But let's not go there. I saw the Captain Rex
wait
event.
to see if it's broken on release.
I saw the Captain Rex event is broken as well. I don't know if you saw that or not. Some of the enemy characters.
Armor shreds.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on with that guy. Auto just did not like him for some reason, because I put mine on auto on both accounts, and it worked just fine.
Sounds about right. I mean, our boy Ram, some of his best battles ever done are on auto. Anyway, let's move along from that one straight up.
Facts. Can't even argue that one.
Well, he doesn't know about health steal, so it doesn't help. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's move. I don't even know what Tuskens do. All right, let's get after it. It's been great, mate. We had a really, really cool conversation, as always, Ram. Thanks so much for joining us, mate. Have a great week. I'm going to see you in a few days after this goes live. So
About 10 days.
Excited, man. We're going
About
to
10
catch
days.
up.
After this goes live, probably about 7, 8 days.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We're going to catch up in Denver live. Guys, there's going to be lots of streams. We're going to have the majority of this week off live streaming because, of course, I don't have my rig. I haven't got my stuff here. When I get to Denver on the weekend, we'll absolutely be doing some streams later in the week. So there'll be no GAC streams for us on my kick stream this week because I just don't have the resources to go live. We might do some pop-ups on the phone. I don't know if that'll work or not. We'll see. Going to Galaxy's Edge. Maybe we can do a pop-up stream for half an hour. Who knows? If it works on the phone, we might give that a tilt. Let us know if you're interested in that. You might not give a stuff. Let us know what you guys think. Love to hear from you. Yeah, next week's going to be the big one. We'll probably do, I think, either a Saturday night or a Sunday night stream, and we'll be cracking out a couple of cold ones and having a heck of a lot of fun. That's for sure. So, Ram, thanks for joining us, mate. Always so much fun. Thanks for being amazing, dude. We'll catch up with you again on the other side of this video. Don't forget, we've got the other half to go. Going to be talking about Conquest Sim, Rebel Farming, and a heck of a Ram Rage. Don't you worry about that. We'll see you again next week, guys. Actually, no, we won't. We'll be filming Rogue Actions.
We're taking. Are we filming Rogue Actions?
Well, we can.
If we do, it's gonna be you on your phone.
We can film it in person in Denver and or at Vegas, and then we just do
be in
2
Denver,
videos.
but we'll be in Vegas.
Oh, look out! Rogue Actions Vegas
so
style.
we can film it live and post it in Vegas.
Yeah.
But here's the compromise is if we do that, it'll just have to be a few days late because we can't post it on Monday because we won't see each other till Wednesday. But we could absolutely do it on Wednesday.
Well, I can do it in Denver. Zoom, Discord call you in from Denver, bro, and we could do it from there.
Yeah, I'll still be here, but yeah, we can do it that way too.
Well, that's good because that'll make a lot more sense because you'll be there. And I'll be separate from you still. So that seems to work really well. That's a win-win situation for me.
And then, because I know you're going to be traveling, so for the following Rogue Actions, we could do it live in Vegas to post it for the next week.
You guys interested in that? Let us know in the comments below what you guys think. We'll see if we can maybe do some sort of a mini type of Rogue Actions. I don't know, Fremont Street or something stupid like that. We'll see how we go.
God.
Love you guys. Thanks for being amazing.
Rogue Actions in your Rose costume.
We have to do it stateside. No, I'm not doing that, mate. I'm not gonna make everyone unsub. That's just not happening. Straight up, guys. We'll see you on the flip side. Have a great week. I'll be in the air. Hopefully, wish me a safe flight, and I'll see you guys stateside soon. Bye.